Hi guys, and welcome to 123myIT's video on how to install Windows 8.1 Enterprise on an external USB. Okay guys, so I've had a few people from the 123myIT website and also from YouTube, from the 123myIT YouTube channel, ask me how do I install Windows on an external USB so then I don't have to actually go through and install it via Boot Camp or some other method via virtual machine. Okay, so I've worked out how to install what's called Windows To Go, and that allows you to install Windows on an external USB. Okay, so if we have a look at our Windows Explorer here, we've actually got a USB plugged in here. It's a new volume. I've just set it up. It's a WD My Passport external USB, and it's a 1 terabyte drive. So you can see there the size of it is 931 gigabytes in size. Okay, so what we're going to do is use this version of Enterprise, Windows 8.1 Enterprise Evaluation, and we're going to install Windows To Go on this external USB drive, and I'll show you how to do that. Now the first step, guys, is to, what you will need to know is you will need to know how to install Windows Enterprise, so this version, either on a Mac, it could be on a Mac or on a PC. If you need to know how to do that, and also you will need to know where to get this evaluation version. Okay, I've done 2 videos prior to this video, and if you want to find those, they're on the 123myit.com website. Open up a web browser and type in 123myit.com in your web browser. Alright, and then if we scroll down here, you'll see install Windows 8.1 Enterprise on a MacBook Air. So this will work on a MacBook and also Windows PC, but just to show people out there, I've installed it on a Mac. Also, this video here will show you where to download the Enterprise Edition. If you want to have a look at that, you can watch those 2. I'll also put a link on the video now for you to go directly to those videos on YouTube. Also, if you wanted to download the versions, you can go into downloads on the 123myIT website and scroll down to where it says Windows 8.1 Enterprise Evaluation, Windows 10 Technical Preview for Enterprise, and you can get those all from the download section. Okay guys, so this Enterprise Evaluation version, Enterprise is designed specifically for big operations. So actually what we will only be able to show you is how to set it up via this evaluation version. Follow those other 2 videos and download yourself a copy of this Windows 8.1 Enterprise Evaluation. Install it via the other video which I just showed you, and now you should be up to this stage here where I'm going to show you how to do the install on a USB. Alright, so the first thing you need to do, guys, is go down to Start and then just start typing in Windows To Go. Okay, and then in the search screen here you should get Windows To Go. Now this won't happen on Windows 8, 8.1 Pro or any of those versions. It only works on the Enterprise version, and specifically you can use the evaluation version here. Okay, so it says create a Windows To Go workspace. So now we've got our WD a large USB drive here, and you can see it's 931 gigabyte. We're going to hit next on this one. Alright, now it says add search location. Nothing's come up here, okay? So what you need to do is on your Enterprise version of Windows 8.1, you double click on this to mount it. Okay, once it's come up now in your Windows Explorer menu, you can see here it's come up as E drive. So that should be good to go. What we'll do is we'll just hit back, and then we're going to hit next again. Alright, still hasn't come up there, so let's try add search location. We're going to select the folder, and there you go. It's picked up the eSources install win, and then hit next. Okay, now this is part here where it says set Bit Bitlocker Password. Now, so you can set a password on the USB drive so that no one else can access the data that you save on there. I'm not too concerned about that, and I'm not going to do that for this method. If you guys want to play around with this, feel free to go ahead and play around with it. I'm just going to leave it blank, but otherwise what you would do is you'd tick that and you'd put in a password, okay? Alright, I'm not going to bother with it. I'm just going to hit skip for now. Alright, Now it says ready to create your Windows to Go workspace. Okay, awesome. So it says down here, the little asterisk, make sure you always read the asterisk. The USB drive will be reformatted and any data will be deleted. Before you continue, back up any data that you don't want to lose. Okay, so if we go back to the Windows Explorer real quick, we see our new volume data D drive. If I go into it, there's nothing on there, the folder is empty. Okay, but if you've got files on here, you're going to lose everything on that external USB drive. So just make sure that you either move it off to your desktop here onto this C drive, or you you know, save it somehow, otherwise back up the data. All right, so let's just minimize that. We'll go back to and we'll hit create. Okay guys, so now it's asked us for, that's completed, and it's asked us which boot option. It says your Windows to Go workspace has been created. Do you want to automatically boot from it when you restart your PC? If you want to automatically boot, which means I want to install, I'm actually running this on a MacBook Air. So if I wanted to boot into the USB automatically without going into OS X, I would hit yes. And then the other, what it says underneath there, some drives can harm your PC. Make sure you insert only the USB drive that contains your workspace before you boot to your PC. So the default option is actually no, which says you might need to change your PC's firmware settings to use that workspace. So I'm going to leave it on the default. If you know what you're doing, you could probably put yes, but that means that it will no longer boot into OS X. So just be careful with this one. You're probably better off going with the default no, and then changing your firmware settings to boot into the USB. And I'll show you how to do that shortly. So what we want to do now is we want to hit, just make sure it says no, and then we want to go save and then close. Okay guys, so the machine's just rebooted there now. So this is the WD Passport USB drive, and we've got that plugged into the side of the Mac. And I'll show you this first on the Mac if you wanted to boot into this drive. So at the moment we're still in the enterprise version there, and if we just shut this down and we hold down our option key and we turn the Mac back on when it boots up. Okay, you can see the light obviously on the Passport there, but if I was to unplug it, you'd see those two selections would disappear. If I was to plug it back in, you would see they both reappear again. So let's go into Windows USB drive and press return on your keyboard, and you can see now it's trying to boot into that USB drive that we've just set up with Windows to Go. Alright, and then you'll get this region and language. Now it wants to go through and set up as if it's a brand new machine. It has to go through and check all the settings of this MacBook Air and kind of set itself up on this USB. So this is pretty normal when you plug it into a PC or a Mac that it's not familiar with. So you just hit next. And you don't need to do this all the time. Once this is set up once, it should load in. All right, personalize. So exactly the same. If you've watched all the other 123 MyIT videos, exactly the same process. So we'll call this MacBook Air. That's fine. Then hit next. Okay, we want to use express settings. We'll just call the user 123 MyIT and then finish. Alright guys, and there you have it. Now you'd have to go through and set up things like your wireless and that. Obviously it's just like a brand new install. Okay, so think about it that way. What I would suggest is when you get to this stage, if you right click on your start button and go to device manager. Okay, under device manager you will see here that we've got all these asterisk marks beside everything. So basically what you will need to do, if you do install this on a Mac, you will need to actually go through and find and install your boot camp drivers on this machine. Okay, and it's the same on any other machine that you install this on. Alright, let's just close it down. I'm going to put a new file on the desktop here, and we'll just call it new folder, and we'll call it test. Alright, now what we're going to do is shut down this machine. And I've got an Acer netbook here. I'm going to unplug the USB from the Mac and plug it in the side here, like so. Okay, and let me just put that tag down. Okay, now this is an old Acer. I'm going to turn it on, and you would need to go into the BIOS settings, very similar to what we did, but this is just to show you that it works on both a PC and also a Mac. Okay guys, and there you have it. So now we've started up the USB on this Acer. This is a netbook, Acer Aspire 1, and you can see there that we've got our test folder that we created earlier, which is still stored on this external hard drive. So you can see there, if you've for instance got a Mac or something and you wanted to install a Windows, but you didn't want it on your main hard drive, then you could set it up this way via a PC, and you can have an install on a USB. Or if you just wanted the flexibility of being able to carry your own operating system around with you with on a USB drive, then this is the way to do it. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. If this was helpful, please leave a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.